Salutations, Penelope Stone here. Hello. Today we are going to be painting some more Christmas cards. I don't know how many I'm painting. I'm going to be honest. I'm pretty much painting now because I have no other good time to do it. Not because I particularly feel like doing it. But I have people coming over tomorrow where I definitely have to finish their paintings. And I'd rather finish the paintings of the other people I at least live with. Move that out of the way. We'll do the same Christmassy music as last time because I can't do anything better. Turn that down some though. Well, I'm going to start with these little ones though. I have two ideas of mine. One's going to be a cat. The other one's going to... I'm going to try to do a subject matter of this D20, but in reality, I know it's not going to end up that way because I can't mechanically paint. I'm kind of a fraud if I'm being honest. I kind of just paint and hope for the best and then fake it, and it sometimes ends up being pretty. And that's what we're doing today. Hands down more. Oh yeah, I gotta put that up in case and the off chance anyone shows up. Okay, I'm being depressed. I apologize. No one likes that shit. So let's just be happy. Let's be Christmassy. Let's paint some shit. First things first. Where's the old blue painting? I'm gonna put some white paint into this one and then stir it up to get a sky blue. So I don't waste a little bit of blue paint still in here. Yeah, guess I can do that just to make sure it doesn't drip. Yeah, my gloves, or at least one of the gloves I had, was unfortunately murdered by my girlfriend's dog. It happens. Keeping one of them because it's actually pretty good for playing Tetris still, because this one, the thumb's too high, so you're trying to push it, it doesn't really curl down or anything either. I could cut it, but I guess I could cut it. Maybe I'll do that. Alright, but we're gonna do these tiny little canvases. Thank you to my girlfriend for getting these canvases, and thank you for my girlfriend's parents for getting me this. Let me show this off. Let me be careful because it's filled with water. But here we have a new painter's cup. So I might have one too because I have way too many damn brushes, but I'm glad I have more. Probably have to buy new brushes soon. These are getting kind of grimy and stained. So I actually hope this would be a little brighter, but you know what? This is pretty good. I don't hate it. Doesn't have to be overly bright blue. Actually, it does. Actually, I need to put significantly more white paint. Oh, I grabbed the wrong one. What the fuck is the white paint I literally just had? Yeah, let's add a little more white paint to this because this needs to be brighter. I already need to buy more white paint. I use quite a bit actually. Because it's just good for brightening colors. Yeah, let's make this a little brighter though. I definitely need the sky blue base because the regular base is already going to be kind of a darker blue. Or purple, probably. I'll go with purple just to make it a little more different. I was hoping I wouldn't waste any paint. Here we are. Yeah, this is not very evenly spread. Let me try to just do that. Hope everyone had a good holiday season so far. Mine's been pretty good. I got some nice cute paint supplies. I got a really nice copy of The Hobbit. I might show that off later if I get a chance to wash my hands. Yeah, might be a little too watery, to be honest. I really don't like the way the swirls look in here. Yeah, I think I need to let this one dry a little more. I think I might also need to get a drier brush in on this. I forgot to do that to begin with. That's what I should have already done. Let me do this to also take some of the paint off of it and give it a more broad look. Alright, that works. I'm gonna let this dry for a little bit. And then start working on the next one. We're doing multiple paintings today. At least four or five, I think. Probably five. At least five. We could be doing more than that. It depends on my motivation as we keep going. But we're doing at least five, I think. Next one, they like earthy colors, so I'm thinking how about a nice little pretty green background for this one. In fact, let me grab my already open green paint I forgot to bring over. I'm not using any of my acrylic paint today. I do have something in mind for it though, like the black. I'll probably need most of the rest of the black. Also this, it's kind of glass paint. I didn't see that when I bought it. That might cause some problems with it drying, I don't know. But for now it's fine. Alright. Did I grab the green paint? I didn't properly grab that shit. There we go. Let me try it down a little bit. The music is louder than I was thinking it was. Alright, we're just gonna give this a green base, I think. I don't need green for another painting too anyway. Let me just use this since I'm covering the whole canvas with it. I have my paper towel here. Use to beat the devil! Die, devil, die! Okay, we have successfully beat the devil out of it. R.I.P. Bob Ross. Oh, I forgot to show Norbert this stream. It's tradition. They are the mascot of the painting. One day I'll be good enough to actually paint a picture of Norbert, maybe. We'll see, we'll see. I have to admit, I was kind of hoping for a brighter shade of green. I might have to put some white into this. Let's spread it out first. If I spread it out, it's actually still pretty nice, so I think I'll be good. Let me try to do like a little box shape. Yeah, okay, yeah. Once it's spread out, it's actually pretty good. This is the base of the painting. Yeah, that looks like a good outline for it. Yeah, I'm actually way happier with this than the other one. The other one's still pretty. It's just more watery than I wanted it to be. In fact, I might be able to... Alright, we're gonna let this dry off more too. The other one's still too wet to work with, but in fact, I think this one will be drier before the other one I did. I think I just used too much paint on it. So we're actually gonna start the next painting then, too. This one also has a sky blue background as a base with green on the bottom. I think I'll do this painting this way, but the POVs are always a little messed up here. I wish I had a good webcam. I do not have a good webcam. But it is what it is. We work with what we got. I need to get like a proper beading area though. Because this is sloppy and weird. I can't think of anything better to do right now, so we're just gonna keep rolling with that. I have a bunch of other canvases. I got like quite a few canvases. I think I'll be good on canvases for a while. I may need to buy brushes before I need to buy canvases. Alright, let's just get some blue painting as the base. And try to spread this nice and thin. Oh yeah, this definitely needs to be brighter. But this is a good start. Let's get a little white on there. I don't need any more paint than what's on there for blue though. Definitely not. Put a little touch of white around it. That's good. Oh, it's too much paint. I messed up. Oh well, it'll be fine, I think. It'll be fine. We're good. It's not exactly the sky blue I wanted, but it's gonna be too much paint if I do anything else. I did not mean to put this much paint on there, though. That was an accident. Heck, this is not the correct color at all. I might have to, like, take some of the painting off of it. I wish I had sponges, but I don't have sponges. I should fix that. Let me get another brush so I can, like, take some of the paint off of this, actually, and then put a little more white into it. Just do that. Alright, let's just, yeah. I need to, I'm doing this to scrape some of the paint off of it. Because there's just simply too much. And it's also not the right color, so I need to put a little more white in it anyway. I may need to put a little more blue in it and white, actually. Because, I don't know, the tone is just completely off, and I need to fix that. And we just get some more water off of it. Alright. Let's do this. Okay, this looks a little closer to what I wanted. I think I'll definitely settle, because if I put any more paint on this thing, it's going to be too much. I think we'll start with the green painting next, though. And go back to that one, because I'm going to pretty much attempt to paint a cat head onto that. Right now, I think this is good for this painting of what I have in mind. So we're going to let this dry off camera. Oh god, I am not worried. Never mind, I need to move shit. I was thinking of using these markers for, like, more exact, I can't really paint precisely, so those markers might help me with that. And that's the most precise drawer either, but I still think it would be better than me trying to paint shapes with paint. So we're probably going to do that. Last year, oh yeah, this was from the last stream with the Pokemons. Let me just... I don't know where I'm going to put that. Just put it on the floor, to be honest. I'll pick it up after I'm done. But we're going to put this to the side as well. And let that dry. I did unmute the microphone, right? Okay, I did. I was legitimately worried. I'm really trying to not show my face. I know I have a mask on, but... I don't look like a girl at all, and I am really euphoric about it. Anyway, we're gonna keep painting. Yeah, let's start with the kitty painting. You might have accidentally got some... Yeah, this looks good enough to start with. In fact, let me get a different paintbrush. Yep, why is that there? Some of it kind of clumped up a little bit. Let me open up the green and add a little more, because that doesn't really look right. There, yeah, I think I just gotta push that one off. Okay, we have a good base now, I think. Let's see. Let me get orange, because we're gonna try to add... The word try is doing heavy lifting here, but we're going to try to, it's a little closer to the camera. We're going to try to, make a tabby cat. So let me, like, paint a general cat shape real quick. Let me find a good brush for that. This looks pretty good. I'll use this. Alright, we're gonna paint this circle. That's not good enough. I need to add more. I need like pretty thick orange paint for this. Alright, it'll be more of like a team mascot looking kitty, but we're gonna try it anyway. I'm gonna have to try to smooth this out a little more, actually. Make it... Okay, let me get a smaller brush to give it more texture. I'm gonna find like a really thin brush. I have so many brushes here. I have no organization skills whatsoever. It's a problem. There we go. I found the one I was thinking of. Probably just snapped the paintbrush, but I think I just clicked it against another one. It's not really doing what I wanted to do. I think it's probably making it look a little worse. Where? It's not gonna look much like a cat, but I'm trying. I'm gonna let this dry a little bit more because I'm gonna have to paint, I'm gonna have to paint some black over it. So we're gonna say that this is good for now. And then come back to that one. Let's go back to the first one. That's still not dry enough, quite frankly. I'm gonna wait a little longer. I don't know, I just used too much paint, I think. We're gonna go back to this one, actually, because I need to use some green on this one at the bottom anyway. I'm gonna hope that this ends up okay. put this to the side for now. Actually, you know what? I might actually use the silver paint today. For one thing in specific. We'll see, we'll see. I need to do these later in the day, but this was the only real good time I had to do this today. Yeah, spread this around, but I definitely need a thinner brush on top for some texturing. Yeah, let me get some texturing. I know the exact brush I want to use for that. Once I find it. One that I kind of bugged up, but in an interesting way. Can't find it right now, help. Could have sworn I saw it not that long ago. As I was thinking of, yeah, here it is, yeah, this one's a little, probably, it wasn't originally that way, but it's a little prickly, and I think that might be good for the texture I'm going for, which is something close to grass. Yeah, I wish I had some grass, am I right, am I right? Job hunting, I can't do that. Why am I sharing that? Because I'm a degenerate. Actually, I didn't want you to actually do that and X out of there. Actually, I wanted my phone to stay on. I think I might have to change the phone settings so it never turns off. Alright, I don't need that much more paint. Just a little bit. Let's first spread it on the paper a little better. Alright, I'm just gonna... it's really not what I wanted to happen. Yeah, it's not really working the way I wanted it to. I was hoping I would be able to kind of, like, use the barely stray brushes to put more of a grass texture, but it's not working the way I wanted it to. How about I do... Oh, this works. Never mind, I think this works. It's far from perfect. Let me spread out the paint a little better, but... Let me sideways can do it better. I think it's just too much paint. And water. Let me dry this out a little bit more. So I'm trying to put a texture in the paint that's already there, not add more paint. Oh, this works. I'm like, rotating it as I spray, and it's giving it a nice little grassy-ish texture. I look a little more like flames right now, actually. But, yeah, it does kind of look like green flames a little bit. I might have to keep note of this technique for a later painting I have in mind, but for now, it's... Alright. For now, I think we're... okay, I definitely need to take some of the paint off of this. I don't care which brush it is, because I'm using it to just erase paint. There was too much paint on there. It wasn't working correctly. Let me grab this. Seriously, I need to think of a beading system here, because what I have now is really not good. It's gonna cause a mess by accident someday. There we go. That's a little more like it. I think if I do it anymore, I liked it better earlier, to be honest, but I think this is the best we're getting with it. So we're just gonna settle on that. Oh, dang it! I don't want that to happen. Alright, next we actually need black paint, but yes, I lied. We are using the whatchamacallit paint today because the so-called black paint that does exist for Crayola sucks. Just flat out. And we need to make like a golf hole here. I need just the smallest amount of... Like, that should do it, honestly. Because this stuff is really dark. Okay, I think that's good. And we get something that's a little more flat-ended. Like, yeah, this is perfect. That's exactly what I had in mind, actually. And let me just do this. Alright, we're gonna let this dry for a bit. Actually, a little more circular, if possible. Yeah. Doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to represent what it's supposed to represent. I'm an abstract painter. Bad painter. I'm a bad painter, but I'm gonna pretend I'm an abstract painter. I don't think anyone's joining us today, unfortunately. Oh well. Painting these for myself more than anything. I'm painting these for other people anyway. I was doing it anyway, so I had no reason not to stream it. Maybe someone in the VOD will. If you happen to search it in the VOD, feel free to comment. But I'm gonna let this dry for just a bit and move on to another painting for now. In fact, let's go back to the first painting. And let me thin it out with another brush first. Come on, I need this to not happen. I think I put too much soap in this, and it's making all the paintbrushes float more than it should. But let me, actually the paintbrush I was using before is probably perfect. Actually, I probably used too much, I was using paint. Actually, the more I think about it, the more I think using soap for this is probably bad. Yes, it cleans all the paint, but it might also be separating the paint. Okay, I can't use that one. It had the acrylic one too recently, and I think it would just end up fucking it up. I'll be adding black paint when I don't want to. This one had some blue on it already, so I think this should work. Let's thin this out a little bit. Add a little more texture to it as well. Yeah, I put too much paint, plain and simple, on this one. But yeah, this is really not drying off. I wish I had like a blow dryer or something to make this happen quicker, but I don't. So I'm going to spread this one out and move on to another painting. This will probably take legitimately another 20 minutes to dry. So we'll come back to this one much later. That's going to be for my girlfriend's brother. It's going to be like a D20. Let's go back to, actually my girlfriend's brother's wife. How's this? And we're going to use brown for this one. Oh, I'm going to use black, but actually I needed this specific black one for later, so we're actually going to go with a more traditional brown paint. And use that for the detailing of our kitty cat? Question mark. Let's put just a little. Very faint stripes. I don't think I can give it exactly a tabby look, but we're gonna try. Next, we need like a glob of white paint for the eyes. This is so fucked up. Kinda cute, but also kind of fucked up. It's like a cat that's melting. More like a doggy, or... It's an animal. That's the important part. But let me combine a little bit of... Yeah, let me put a little more complexity. So it's not just one base color. On the side here, let me just... Because they're like earth tones. Let's put some darker globs of paint just to make it look a little more dynamic than just looking at a boring ass that. Add a little brown to it as well. Or is this green? This might just be green. Actually, this is green paint. I'm literally colorblind, folks. It's kind of a problem. This is kind of cute. I think this is the brown paint, maybe. If it's not, we're gonna... This might be red, actually. I need to have my girlfriend label these later for me. She already labeled the blue and stuff. Let me take some of that off. I don't need that much. I just wanted to add a little tone to it. Okay, this is the brown paint for sure. Oh yeah, this is kind of cool looking. Just don't fuck up the main cat. Matches is very pretty. Yeah, let me take off some of this cat's. I did a little too much there though. Let me make this a little brighter because I think I added a little too much brown. Let me paint over with another layer of green and I think we'll be good. Just a subtle layer of green. I don't need a whole bunch. Uh-oh. This is a problem. I think I might have added too much. Uh-oh. I think I'm only going to make it worse if I do that, so I think the best thing I can do is actually use a little white just to brighten it up. Maybe a little bit of this textured brush. Let's brighten up the texture just a little bit though. Or just keep mixing it until it's at least something I can paint over a little better. Yeah, it's still kind of, it kind of looks like clay actually. It's kind of cool. But let me paint a little more green over that part. And I think it'll be good. There we go. Yeah, like I like that. It's kind of earthy and kind of clay looking. I'm gonna keep some of the original green in there too, though. Alright, you know what? I think if I fuck with this, it will start looking even worse. So, I think we're gonna say our first painting is done. Not exactly what I wanted it to be, but it is what I got. Little cat face, I try to do like a little earthy tones to it. Hopefully they like it. If they don't, there's no refunds because this is free. Would you believe the blue painting is still not done yet? Like, I'm thinking of putting it over with another brush to try to dry it off more and take off some of the paint. Yeah, let me do that because this is getting kind of silly. Yeah, let me make this extra dry and take off a little bit of green paint that's on it. Yeah, let me just like fucking do this just to. Ooh, this looks kind of cool anyway. Yeah, I like the swirling shape. But it's really, nah. No, I take it back. It's actually not that good for this painting. Alright, I think I'm gonna have to settle. Alright. I think I'm gonna have to settle on just that. Like I said, I wish I had sponges. I do not have sponges, so I can't just absorb up a bunch of paint. So, yeah, put that on my to-do list. Get some sponges for painting. But I think this is a good enough to start now, though. Let me get some violet and fuchsia. And I'm gonna like do like. I don't think I'm gonna do a true dice. It would be like if a D&D dice got into a microwave. I think is what I'm gonna tell them. But I'm gonna try to put like the. We'll see what I can do, and then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Let's try to make like 4, 6. Yeah, let's just do that, but add more. try to make it more shapely as I go on. It's really not working the way I want it to. But we're gonna keep trying because I don't have any other choice. Trying to make it as hexagonal as possible, but it's really not working. I'm just not that good at sharp lines yet. Give it some time, but eventually I will. How about I make it a percentile instead? Like one of those cool percentiles. Okay, I'm changing the setting on my phone so my phone doesn't fucking shut off ever. Because this is getting annoying. Everybody look at the snow in the yard. Alright, settings. Give me a moment. This won't take too long. I need this to dry a little bit anyway before I do the next step. Probably. I don't know. Battery. How do I fix? How do I don't know. Let's see. Change settings. Okay. I can't figure this out right now. I give up. I don't know how to. I'll figure that out later by my next stream. No one's really here anyway. It's just here as a music machine. I guess turn up the Christmas music a little bit. There we go. We're gonna add a little fuchsia into this to make it pretty, like a little fuchsia swirl design. Like those like dice you know the swirly dice in D&D if you played even a little bit. Alright. Really not working, like, at all. Like, not even a tiny bit. Like, this ain't even 1% of what I wanted to do. Let me try to sturdier, stricter lines here. Alright, a little closer. It's still not quite. Might have to take off some of the paint with another brush. Okay. I think I put too much something in here because it's floating up and then falling. And obviously I don't want that to fucking happen. Alright, we're gonna try to make this a little harder. And we're gonna make this brickier as well. I may add more violet. The fuchsia really wasn't working. I'm retiring the fuchsia. The fuchsia really didn't work the way I wanted it to. I thought it was going to look prettier than that, but it's really not mixing the way I wanted it to. Let me try making, like, triangles now. It's really not working, but this looks more like a fucking violet, or, oh, like a purple rose than anything else. I don't have the skill set to do what I wanted to do, unfortunately, so I'm just gonna have to wing it. It looks pretty, it's just not what I wanted it to be. Alright, next, but despite that fact, I think I'm going to move on to the next thing I want to do with this. And hope that they get the general idea of what I was going for and not what ended up happening. I think is my best hope here. Alright. Actually, this isn't the right one anyway. I need one that's much thinner than that. Or is it any of the... I don't think I have any... That's weird. Unless I'm wrong and that was the one and I'm just misremembering. Oh, here's the one I'm looking for. I found it. This one. Let's see. Yeah, let me do this as just as like a little... And do... 1, 2... Nope, really not working the way I wanted it to. I'm just gonna tell them that... Just gonna tell them that it's a dice that was microwaved. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Put 12 up here. Alright. You know what? Let me add a little fuchsia to the not fuchsia. Any other color I can add? Turquoise maybe? No. Actually, yeah, let me just add a little violet to the outside of this. To make it a little darker and moodier. Just trace amounts, I don't need a lot. As it will start blending in too much with the dice. It's a microwave, I'm just gonna tell them, it's a microwave D&D dice. And like, you melted it, and it squished down to its putty-like consistency. I hope he appreciates it. Probably would have been funnier if I just literally melted a dice. Fuck it. Yeah. I'm really not a good mechanical painter. I'm also I'm gonna put... Okay, I'm already regretting putting the violet on the outside. I think I need to fix that and make the outside bluer. Or even brighter, maybe. I didn't mean to do that. That's actually quite terrible. It's actually quite miserably bad. I should have cleaned off that brush more. Let's go with blue. First go with violet here. Okay, it turned out to be okay. That's kind of pretty. It's not what I wanted, but it's kind of pretty. Let's just swirl this around a little bit. And then we're going to work with more blue here, I think, is the play. I think adding more blue to this is the play. And make it a little more better. Yeah, it looks like I'm firing the dice out of a cannon or something. Kind of like little motion lines. Alright. I think that's pretty enough. Hope they like it. An attempt was made. It's a melted D20, is what I see it. So that's 2 paintings done. I need to finish at least 3 more. No, the last one I'm doing is just going to be a free painting because they told me they like abstract. So I'm just going to wing it. And then put these over here to dry. Oh, I know how to make it look more like a cat on the other painting. I'll fuck with that in a second once it dries more, but I'm gonna add whiskers to it. I should have thought of that sooner. Let me stretch for a second. Get some water. Yeah. After this is over, I'm probably gonna be exercising. Just, it's a cardio day. Chug this whole water. I'm a thirsty bitch. Excuse me. Alright. We're gonna move on to the other painting I started already though first. Then we're gonna move on to my girlfriend's painting. She wanted Togepi. I can't just paint a Togepi though. I'm not that good. So I'm gonna do a Togepi inspired painting where I pretty much you'll see when I start. I'm actually gonna be opening new paint for this one soon. First, let's get a very tubular, but yeah, tube-shaped paintbrush. Yeah, this one's good. Just clean it up a little bit. Actually, let me Google something real quick to use as a reference. I don't even know. You may have some guesses of what I'm going for here. This is for her dad. Let's see. Golf, toll. Images. What color is it? Okay, they're different colors, but generally speaking, they're white with red. Also, I might want to add a little more extra white to the hole itself, too. Let me just do a little bit, just to make it see what... never mind, I'm not going to do that. We're just going to do this. Uh-oh, this might be a problem. This was not dry enough to try to even do that. Let's just accept that this ending is going to be a little weird. But we can't. We're going to try to avoid cross-contaminating the paint to the best of our ability here, but it's going to be a little cross-contaminated. This is not good at all. This is not even remotely good. This is quite bad. This is already like twice as thick as I needed it to be. And every other problem with this, I think we just gotta accept it. Let me get some red paint for the flag. It doesn't have to be perfect. This is not a good painting. I fucked it up already, but it's kind of yeah, I can fix this. I think I just gotta paint some more bright blue paint to like mask this part. Just, you know, do it a little more Yeah, just do that. Just thinly disguise the fact that I used too much fucking paint for that part. Yeah, this looks more like a... This still looks pretty. I like it. I just needed to... Yeah, it's okay if I get rid of some of it, but... Actually, let me just do that, please. Alright. Now we're going to get more white paint here, just to... Get some more white paint here, just to, you know... further cement the fact that this is a pole. There we go, that looks a lot better than it did. Let's see. I have an idea for the next. And I got a little drippy drip in my eye there. Alright, we're gonna try to make a triangle. Pray for me, because I don't even think I can do that. Oh wow, I really can't do that. What the fuck? I'm terrible. That's a problem. I need a much smaller brush, I think is the issue here. Like a significantly smaller brush. Let me try to shape this up though. To the best of my ability. This looks terrible. You know what? Fuck it. This looks nothing like a flag. Like, literally nothing like a fucking flag. I'm better off... Oh yeah, this is much better for dipping it, because I'm just trying to make it a pretty solid color, and this seems to be working for the most part. I think I gotta accept my losses here just a bit, though. Because otherwise it's gonna look even worse. Next, we're gonna make, like... Yeah, just a single golf ball. Maybe I'll add a little texture to it, but right now, that looks pretty, it looked better before I fucked with it more. So we're gonna start fucking with it. Hope for the best. I'm not gonna lie, this looks terrible. It's so bad, I'm not sure what to do. Alright, let me just do this. Because most of the golf courses kind of look like this, it just needed some shading. Yeah, it looks kind of cool, just make it look neat. Just make it look realistic, just neat. A little texture to it. Nope, that was a mistake. That was a fade or whatever. Damn it. I need to really find an organization system for my brushes. Especially the one I use a lot. This one. Yeah, we're just gonna mash that up. Like that. I don't have to build it. I don't add that much texture to things. It was supposed to be a golf ball, but it didn't quite work out. I was trying to do something I didn't have the skill to do. So we're just going to accept our losses there. So that was supposed to be a golf ball. I couldn't quite get it right. And the more I tried, the worse it looked, so I kind of just stopped. Is what I'm gonna. It's the troops, so that's what I'm gonna tell them. Let's see if I can add more weight to it now. Any bigger than that one note basically look like a... Alright. This is so bad that I'm gonna see if I can sponge it up. And then paint over it with green. Okay. I think I'm making the correct decision here, because that looked absolutely terrible. I think I'm just gonna make a white ball. And accept that I don't have the skill set yet to make textures like that. And get a little green on here anyway. So we're gonna accept that that was a wash. At least we were able to fix it and paint over it, so it's not that big of a deal, but that was a wash. This is honestly, I'd rather just paint over that instead. And make it look more black than anything. Even if that's not exactly what happens there. Alright, I think I have an idea of what I want to do for the golf ball. I'm just gonna have it in the air like this, coming down from the sky. I didn't mean to have any black in that. That's actually kind of a problem. That's fine. It adds a little texture to it that I like, so I don't think that's the end of the world. Now we have to add a little motion lines to it. That's what I'm going to try to do. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. That doesn't work at all. Abort mission there. Get blue and paint over that immediately. That does not work the way I wanted it to at all, but maybe it will if I do that. Honestly, not too happy with this one. Let's just bluntly. But at the same time, it's too late to abort it. I wanted to put a golf club in here somewhere, but it really wouldn't work at all. I need to get better lighting too, somehow. Nah, there's no room to put a golf club. It would be very awkward to even try. So I'm gonna say that this is good. Not exactly what I wanted. I have an idea. It's kind of a risky idea, but I think I have an idea. Where's the black paint? Right here. I have an idea. I have an idea. You're going to get this a little bit. Never mind, I abort that idea. I was thinking I could, like, use my fingernail to make, like, little motion lines, but you know what? It's fine. I think I got it as good as I'm gonna get it. Maybe I can add a little more texture and like, make a more solid red color, but other than that, I think I'm pretty much done. Let me fuck with the red a little bit more, just to make it more flag-like, but other than that, I think we're good. Let me add just... Oh my fucking god, I can't believe I just did that. Okay, let's just fucking do that. It's too late now, just accept that I did that. Don't panic. This shit happens all the time, and you just rip it up with a sponge, because it's already pretty good in that regard. And then I'm gonna have to do that, and then also a little bit of excess paint on this one too, and I'll just sponge it up a little bit. I am gonna have to fix it up with blue now, but other than that, I think we're good. I can't believe I fucking did that though. I'm an idiot. There's blue. I absolutely gotta paint over this part though. Still can't believe I fucking did that. This is a problem. And I'm not even sure I can solve this problem just by doing this, but we're gonna try anyway, because I don't have any other tools. Oh no, this looks more purpley now. Yeah, I kind of made the side purpley, but whatever. There's nothing I can do about it now. It's pretty. It's just I fucked this up completely. I don't think he's gonna care, but I did fuck this up. Alright, it's fucked up, but he just fucked up in a pretty way. Okay, doing it this way is a little cleaner. So let me just do that. Alright, if I fuck with this anymore, it's gonna look even worse. Oh my god, let me just get this little bit of, paint right here, and then I think I'm gonna say I'm good. Accidentally fuck that up too. Let me also add a little light to it, because this is just not a bright enough color. Blue, quite frankly. Alright. Anything else is just gonna fuck with it more. We were done with this painting. I think that actually turned out better than I'm thinking it did. But it's still not great. Alright. 2 more paintings and I think I'm done after that. I can't emotionally do any more yet. I don't even know if I need to make paintings for other people. I kind of had something in mind for 2 other people in my family. Oh! There was actually another painting I need to do. I just remembered. I'm gonna let the cat one dry a little more before I add whiskers to it, so we're just gonna say that one's good for now. We're gonna move on to my girlfriend, the painting I'm gonna get my girlfriend. I am using all card-sized ones, so I'm gonna use a slightly larger one for her because you know. Alright, for this one I need to look up Togepi. You know what I should have did for the golf thing? I know it would have worked better for the golf ball. No, it does kind of have some texture in the golf ball now I'm looking at it from afar, but no, it would have worked if I just put left part of it alone. Because it already kind of has the indent similar to a golf ball. I should have thought of that. Ah well, we're good. Okay, everything's good here. I'm just making sure I didn't fuck up anything there. Oh yeah, Togepi. I need to look up Togepi. Togepi. Okay, so blue and red. I like triangles and kind of squarish shapes. Alright, I think I know what I'm doing with this one. Oh, also, let me turn the music back on. Alright. I think I have what I need up for that. Come on, I hate this. Why? Just why? Alright, let me just leave the image on a new tab. Alright, so what I have in mind for this. I'm not even going to try to actually paint Togepi. I know the limitations of my artwork, and that's definitely one of them. What I'm going to do instead is a very simple painting, but I think it'll be cute and she'll like it. I don't need the violet. I only need red and blue and white paint for this one. Actually, never mind. I'm just gonna try to paint her the pig. Fuck it. Otherwise, it'd be kind of lame and she'll be sad that she doesn't have a full turbo pig. So I actually am gonna try that. And if I do, I think I need the peach color. Yeah, for their outside. Oh. Alright. But for now, here we are. First things first, I need to get a thicker paintbrush. And also get all the paint off of it. Because I only... Yeah. Alright. That should do it. Alright. Yeah, I need to buy more white paint after this stream. I don't know when I'm going to be able to do that, but I need to eventually do that. First, we're going to give this a nice white paint over it. To give it a nice, just to give it a better texture in general. Honestly, this is pointless. Now I'm looking at it, it doesn't even take away the indents or any imperfections. I know it's kind of trying to hide on the canvas. But I already committed to the bit, so here we are. It'll make it a little glossier. Next is very simple. I need a rounded paintbrush like this. Oh. Let me just do that. Okay. Now we're gonna try to, I wish I had more room. Alright. That's it. Do the whole street. But whatever. One over here. I already don't like this. I'm gonna be honest, I already think I fucked up the proportions. Whatever. We're committing to the bit already. I'm gonna get a smaller brush. The problem is that this is too big of a brush. It's too late now. I don't think she's gonna like this one. I think I've already fucked up beyond space and time here. Alright. Let me just paint over white here a bit. I'm not very happy with this painting. I don't think she's going to be very happy with this painting. I'll paint her something else later, or try to paint an actual Togepi later, but right now, this is what we got. This is what we're going to be working with. Which is kind of cute. Like painting a little bit off the canvas. Alright, let me try to make this more mechanically sound. And make it look a little better. But right now it's kind of lazily done. This is not a good painting. I'm just gonna play it. I'm just gonna say it. This is not a good painting. I regret the idea. It sounded cuter in my head than it actually is in practice. I was trying to make like Togepi's eggshell design, but it's really not working the way I wanted it to. And I'm kind of sad it's not, but it really isn't. I bluntly don't think she's gonna like it. Let me try another square. Alright, it's not perfect, but it's kind of Togepi-ish. I said I was going to do a painting inspired by Togepi, and that's what I did. I don't like it. I don't think she's gonna, I don't know if she's, actually it looks kind of cuter than I thought it would on screen. Let's let it dry, see how it looks. I shouldn't have put white paint in the center there, but it's too late to take that back. I think that's good though, that's actually cute. That's cuter than I thought. I was giving myself credit. That was to dry. Next, since there was another painting I remembered that I wanted to make. I use another bigger one for that, just to match the size closer to the canvases we used last time. Actually, be right back. I'm going to take an idle meeting. And come back for the next 2 pages. And then I'll also finishing up the cat one, so then the artwork piece to that one. Oops. Anyway, there we go. I should have painted this and left to let it dry, but I wasn't thinking, so I didn't do that. Oh well, we're fine. I know I've been using blue this whole time for the background, but I think I'm going to use it one more time for this one. Okay. We are going to, like I said, we're going to paint over this with blue paint as the base. This one is gonna be for my brother's daughter, my niece. Why did I just say my niece? I'm a fucking weirdo. No. She likes piggies, so we're gonna paint piggies. Do a nice little blue background as the base, just because that's a pretty color, and I like it. I probably overuse sky blue with my base. I'm okay with something a little darker, though. Yeah, actually, no, I'm not. Okay, it's gone to other music now, but that's fine, I don't care that much. As long as it's video game music and not any weird sounding nonsense or AI nonsense, it's fine. Let YouTube music cook. Yeah, I should have used I should have did this, use the bathroom, and then fixed up one other painting. Maybe add like a little bit of a cloud shape too. Maybe like a cloudy blue sky. Yeah, it looks nice. That's a good base. We're gonna let this dry for a bit. And while that's drying, we're gonna add the whiskers to the other one. This looks too dog-like right now, and I don't like that. This looks more dog-like than cat-like, unfortunately. But it's too late to fix that particular problem. So instead, we're going to first try to find the skinny brush. Yeah, I gotta remember that it's actually a pretty long one. It has master stroke on it. The old master strokers out? Let's see. That does sound like a euphemism. The more I think about it, master stroke. Alright. This is gonna be very sensitive, but we're gonna do it. And whittle whiskers. This is not working at all. Like, this is actually working significantly worse than I thought it would. But fuck it, we're already here and we're already doing it. Okay, any more than that, it's gonna look worse. Whiskers. Hooray, that painting's done. Kitty? Orange kitty? Question mark. It's like a cat dog. Alone with the world with a little cat dog. Okay. Let's see. You know what? While that blue one's drying, I'm gonna make a, I'm just gonna roll with it, abstract painting. Yeah, I'm gonna roll with some abstract painting. Oh no, there's paint. It's washable paint. So it should be fine. Let me use colors I haven't used at all today. How about that for the challenge? So let me close up all the paintings I've opened so far. Did I put the wrong... Okay, I think I put the wrong vid on one of them. Yeah, this one goes on that one, this one goes on this one. I was confused there for a second. But yeah, we're going to use colors we haven't used yet today. It would be a nice base for this one, actually. Yellow. Oh shit, Mega Man. You know what? I have no preconceived notions for this painting. I want to try using colors I haven't used today, though. Let's start with a nice little yellow base. Or at least semi-base. Yeah, the shadow keeps going into the painting. I apologize for that. I need to, like, find a better positioning from now on. I'll fuck with that later. Okay, that's good, because I don't need it all the way like that. See, I used green today already. Use that, use that. Use blue. I haven't used turquoise today. Will it clash? No, but we're doing it. I have no idea what this song is. I may even want to check just to make sure that there isn't some AI nonsense slipping in there. Yeah, this is ugly. I don't like this. In fact, this is so bad that I'm aborting it. I'm just gonna wipe this off the best I can. I already have to accept the egg yellow base, but everything else about that was ugly. I'm putting the turquoise away. I'm not happy with this. I don't even know what I'm going to use for this. You know what? I have an idea. I'm going to do a painting idea I had a while ago. And just hope that they like it. But I'm going to have a new base here. And do an idea. I have an idea. I have an idea. We're going to use this particular paint. The dark brown, quote-unquote, black paint. And use that as the base. And I'm going to let them know. Because I have an idea. And this ended up looking really cool last time I did this with the painting I did a while ago when I tried to make the canvas black, but it wasn't the jet black like the acrylic paint. Yellow, orange, and maybe even a touch of blue, but let's first see how this looks when we get... Oh, yeah, I think I have an idea. And it's already not gonna work, I can tell. See a vision of what I wanted to try to do here, but not exactly how I want it to be. It does have a nice, like, little candy gloss to it, though, that I enjoy, but I think I used too much of the dark paint. I might have to use a, white paint to make this brighter, and then continue with the orange and yellow after that. Let's see what that does. Yeah, it's making it brighter, that's for sure. I'm gonna be honest with you, this painting, this one kind of sucks. Yeah, let me tap some of, like, sponge some of this off at least. Show some of the excess paint. And kind of just abandon this one a little bit, because it really didn't work the way I wanted it to. So let me do my... Oh yeah, this is just a little more like what I had in mind. Oh yeah, that's cooler. This is more like the flames I had in mind. Get a little more yellow to it. I did want yellow as kind of the base. Alright, next I am going to... Next I'm going to, get the orange. Yeah, I regret the orange immediately. But I will clean this off and then get more yellow into that. Last thing I might want to add is blue. I think it looked better before I fucked it up. Oh well, we're gonna try anyway though. Yeah, let me take off a lot of the paint. That one's pretty fun. Yeah, let me get off a bunch of these. Not all of it, but a bunch of it. Because it's just really too damn much. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's still not what I wanted. I just like that kind of the smoky effect. And we got there's a little bit of hair that got there. I think I might just have to cut the hair as part of the painting. Yeah, I'm getting the textures I want now. Alright, the next step is going to be a little bit too, but I think I'm going to do it for the if it works out the way I want it to. I'm going to add just a little bit of blue. Let me just get a very default kind of blue though, not the sky blue I've been using this whole time. I only need a little bit added to it. This might still be too much. Let me do that a little bit. Oh no, I used the wrong cap. I'm an idiot. Doesn't matter. No. This isn't as good as I was hoping it would. Nah, it really doesn't. But I'll add it to just a little bit. Alright, let me put yellow back in there. Let's have yellow enter the chat again. I think I'm almost done. Nope. Abort. Get more yellow in there. Yellow. And maybe a bit of blue in there. There we go. There we go. I think this is closer to what I wanted. If I add more yellow. Go blue into this side. Oh yeah, that's cooler. That makes the rest of the paint pop out more too. Let me get a different brush. So, I like the coloring, but I don't like the texture. Nope, that's not working. Yeah, let me texture this a little more. Wash it off better. Need a different brush. There we go. This looks way more like flames now. Alright, now let me get the small brush at the bottom, specifically right here. Nope, not the paint I don't want though, but just so I can do the detailing here a little better, and maybe I could have done it otherwise. No, it's not working. Not working. It was an attempt. Oh, it is cool though. I just don't have it how I want it over here. There we go, that's better. Okay, I think that looks pretty fucking cool. It's not good enough. I'm settled for this. Look at how much wob the back is a little more yellow, a little pinch. I really want this a little more brushy than it has been. There we go. Alright. Put the yellow up here in the corner. There we go, that's better. Alright. Nah, I don't like that. I take that one back. Get a different brush and paint over that. Where's the blue? There we go, that's pretty. Oh yeah, that's really pretty actually. I'm gonna keep that. Oh yeah, that's good shit. Oh, let me at least. Yeah, let me do that to the canvas. Go on. Oh yeah, that's pretty. I like that. I'm not gonna fuck with it anymore. It's not perfect. Let me get a little more right here. A little blue in the corner right here. Other than that. Okay, I think we're good now. It's like a fire and a few other things. I wanted to mostly experiment with flames. I think that looks pretty cool though. Sprinkle it better. Alright. I think that will be for my girlfriend's mom. Hope she likes it. She said she likes things that is abstract. Seems pretty abstract to me. Let me clean this. This is technically the white cap, and I don't want to fucking contaminate it too much. Okay, that's good. Last painting we're doing is gonna be pink. Yeah, my girlfriend doesn't like the one she did. I might paint her a more proper toga paint. But we have one more painting to do today. It'll be with pink. Because we're making a piggy! Or we're going to try to make a piggy. Oh my god, I thought of an idea. I don't know if I'm going to do it, but I thought of an idea. Instead of giving the pig regular eyes, what if I give it googly eyes? It is for a small child, like 9 years old. That sounds funny, I might do that. I do have googly eyes here. I added mine for a different painting. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Give the pig googly eyes at the end. If they don't like them, they can just peel them off. I'll paint eyes underneath it, maybe still just feel good there. But we have a nice little pretty sky blue here. We're going to use that to get started. Where's pink? I thought there was a pink one here. Let me look. Okay, if I can't actually find the pink, I'm going to use fuchsia. Because that's the next closest thing to pink I have. We're going to have like a little fuchsia piggy. Cute little fuchsia piggy. If we defeat it, we get the soul badge, even though it should be the marsh badge. Because that makes more sense pleasing. I think that was a legitimate mistake by the company. I'm going to make this brighter. But we're going to start with this with the base. Alright. Next we're going to dip just a little bit of white onto it just to... As I want this to be a brighter color of pink than I have here. Also get rid of some of the impurities in the white paint I see here. Alright. There we go. That looks closer to like a pig pink. Little oinky oink. Little oinky oink. Alright. Alright, I like this color of pink. Just, make sure I make this look like a piggy. Pretty good so far though. How am I gonna do the piggies now? Honestly, this should probably dry a little more. And I should also take up all the excess paint. There's like just way too much here. And it's ugly though. I mean, find it out, but I did use way too much paint. There! Another paintbrush flew all the way over here. I think I fucked up. Made that too floaty because they're all like floating out like they're fucking fishing bobbles. Make it smoother. Actually, no, I do the opposite. Oh, not opposite, but make it smoother. But also, I need more paint here. I fucked up. I should have left well enough alone. Now I gotta put more white in it on the corner or it's not gonna look right. Why did I put some white? I'm gonna need more. Relax. Oh, I can do that big time, but whatever. I'm gonna do now. I care about getting this pink first. And we get nice and mixed. There we go. That's a little better. Far from perfect, but it's a little better. Alright. Now, for the next part. I'm gonna use just a little. Alright, for the eyes. And I'm gonna use the black paint that's already on the canvas to do the next shape. For real, for real. It's a happy pig. This is not like a pig, but I can't get the snout correctly at all. I tried making a... It's a piggy. I tried making a piggy, but I can't get it. Yeah, that snout's so bad that I think I'm going to... I'm going to sponge this up a little bit. Let's just get it all in. We'll just take that off first, because that's just terrible looking. And then spread it around flat to fix it. And spread that around to fix it. Wait, push it together. Not that much. I actually did a different coloring. It's actually a good way to do the snout. I like that. Okay, I accidentally did something correct here. Emphasis on the accidentally part. Now I have to do this part correctly. Take a little bit of black there. Put just a little bit for the snout. A little bit of black there. Black there. Put it for the snout. Oh my god, that's cute. I get it. Holy shit. There we go. That's fucking cute. I like it. Okay, but I'm not gonna fuck with it. I'm gonna fuck with it a little bit more. Only because I don't like this shape of it. Okay, sponges. This is almost perfect, but I put a little bit too much here. I have an idea. We're going to do this. And that so this is a nice little deep divide. And we're also going to do this just to... There we go. I was overthinking it. Alright. I don't like... It's not perfect. But it looks like a cute little piggy to me, I think. Right? Maybe slightly cursed. And there we go! We did a shit ton of paintings today. I don't think I can get them all on camera even if I wanted to. But I'm gonna have to lift up my laptop awkwardly and do that. Alright. I gotta be careful with this, but we're gonna show off the paintings. Yeah, let me just bring them one at a time, instead of being weird about it. Well, you saw the piggy painting. We have a nice little abstract plane painting here. That's kind of cool looking. We have this golf one that looks a little better now that it's drying, but This is probably the worst painting I made here. Nah, I have this very minimalist but cute looking Togepi shell one. We have my melted, this is, never mind, this is probably the worst one. This is my failed painted melting attempt at a D20. It's like if a D20 was melted and turned into a chocolate chip cookie. I'll apologize to the person I'm giving that one to. And this one I'm not that happy with either because it kind of blended in, but it's supposed to be a kitty. 1, 2, 3, we did 6 paintings today. Shoot, I mean, they were all small canvases, but that was still more than I've ever done in one stream. That was fun though, I enjoyed it. I am not sure when the next time I'm going to stream is. I doubt I'm going to stream tomorrow, because I have a job interview and all, and it's probably going to take all my mental energy alone. But, yeah, so I don't think I'm streaming tomorrow. And the next day after that, I'm going to be busy with something else, like maybe, unless, I'm going to be playing D&D, which is the main reason I was doing this today, because 2 of the people I'm giving these gifts to are coming. So I'm going to, yeah. So I wanted to get that finished up, so you have something to look at while I'm talking. Let's just put our good friend Norbert here, just so you have something cute to look at while I'm talking. So I'm probably not going to stream again until Thursday. And if I do stream, it will be something like casual, like gaming. But thank you for anyone who did stop in today. And I have really not much else to say about that. Gonna have these paintings dry and gift wrap them later on. I'll post them all on Bluesky. Yeah. But until next time, remember, you're out of this world, no matter what anyone tells you, and trans rights. And oh, guess what? I do have an outro screen now. I made it's kind of lazy and minimalistic, but it's better than having absolutely nothing. So, see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye. Enjoy the outro.
Bluesky.